all, it's me again. I am here with yet another video, and this time it is my top 5 concealers. So hopefully you have seen the video that I did the other day, which is the top 5 foundations, because at that point I decided that I wanted to make more of these because everybody was like, yes, we want to see them all. So I am going to film all of those topics that I posted on my Facebook. But I'm going to start with the one that was most requested, which was the top 5 concealers. So my number 5 is not necessarily your number 5, it might be your number 1, and please do bear that in mind. The products are very versatile in the sense that they do lots of different things for lots of different skin types. Some are better for different skin types than the other, and I'll try and give you a bit of guidance as I go through my list. So my number 5 is the Maybelline Fit Me. I don't have any at the moment, I've run out, and it's one of those that I go to the shop to pick up, and obviously with recent events I haven't been really going anywhere to do that. It's the Maybelline Fit Me concealer, and this is a picture of it. Now, I picked this up from Superdrug for $5.99. You can have a shop about online if you want, see if you can get it anywhere cheaper. You can do a click and collect service at Superdrug as well. So you can order it online and then just nip in and collect it, which might be a little bit more suitable for those of you that don't want to be going out and queuing in shops or whatnot. So what I like about the Maybelline Fit Me concealer is that it's a natural coverage. So anybody that's sort of like wanting a natural coverage, or, you know, more mature skin where a heavier concealer sometimes looks a bit full on, and it can be a bit drying, some of them can be a bit drying anyway, this concealer will work well for you. Being a natural coverage. It's also super lightweight as well, so it doesn't feel heavy, it's not thick or cakey. And it's oil free, so again it's another one that's great for people that suffer with oily skin, and it's also non-comedogenic, so it's going to be great for people that suffer with acne as well, so it's not going to block your pores up and cause any more breakouts or anything. It's also fragrance free, so it's good for anybody with sensitive skin that can't tolerate, you know, fragrances or whatnot on their skin. So it's a good all-rounder, and it'll suit most skin types. It's not drying at all in the slightest, so it's good for people with dry skin as well, like I say, with the more mature skin. It's also got a reasonable shade range, so it does not tell you whether it's, you know, what your undertone is. It doesn't say whether it's a yellow undertone or a pink undertone. So if you're specifically looking for one that has undertones, my advice would be, if you're going for the lighter shades, then light 10 is more of a yellow undertone and fair 15 is more of a pink undertone. So if you're going to go and have a look for one that you're wanting to use the highlighter or under eyes and you're wanting to use the lighter shade, then have a look at the light 10 or the fair 15, and just remember the light is yellow toned and the fair is pink toned. I hope that's a helpful tip for you, because it can be quite confusing. And when I was looking online, I had to try and decipher it for myself. So whilst it's not the best shade range, it is a good all-round concealer, and the fact that it has these sort of like micro pigments in that match to your skin tone means that if you did get a concealer that was slightly off for your skin tone, say if you were wanting it to cover blemishes and you couldn't match it up to your skin tone exactly, the micro pigments take that worry away from you, and they then start to work when you put it on, and it blends to your exact skin tone. Maybelline Fit Me also has a foundation as well, which is good if you want that kind of thing, and if you like the concealer, then try that foundation. I've used that in the past and I did like that as well. Right, so my number 4 is the Revolution Conceal and Define. This is another one that you can pick up from Superdrug. This one is $4.99, or you can buy it direct from Revolution's website if you've got, you know, like a big order that you want to put in. I don't know, you might get free delivery or something like that. But I normally buy it from Superdrug when I go. They have 18 shades, and the website, if you go on Revolution's website, the website will determine whether it's a yellow undertone or a pink undertone. I don't think you'll get that if you try and find it in the shop. This one is C1, it's one of the lightest shades, and this has a neutral undertone. So if you're not really sure whether you're a yellow undertone or a pink undertone, then definitely try going for a neutral one, because they've got a bit of both in. If you look on the main website and you want to order online, there are 50 shades of this concealer on the website. So that's another handy hint. If you go into the store and you can't find the one that you want in there, do try the website, because there's a lot bigger shade range. It's a full coverage concealer, so it's a lot heavier than the Maybelline Fit Me, but it feels lightweight. So at the same time as being full coverage, it is a lightweight formula, so it doesn't feel heavy on your skin, and it doesn't dry out and go cakey like you would expect some full coverage formulas to do. It has a matte finish to it, so you've not sort of got any light reflecting pigments or anything in there that are going to sort of look daft or glittery, and there's no sheen to it. It's just a nice matte finish, which is good obviously if you're doing contouring as well with it, which is what I think the point of this product is that you don't have to just normally use it for sort of under eyes or blemishes. It can be used to contour as well, and that is reflected in the applicator, which is more of a, you know, like a tart shape tape applicator. So it's a thicker wand, and it's also doe foot, so it's got that angular side on it as well. So it's gonna, you're gonna get more coverage when you use it as opposed to a normal wand, which are a bit thinner. It's good for not settling in fine lines and pores as well. So I don't know how it does that, but it just does. I suppose one of the biggest worries about using under eye concealer, especially for me, so if your skin's getting older and you've got more fine lines, then you do tend to worry a bit more about what you're putting on and where it's going, because oftentimes it'll settle into those fine lines, and it just exacerbates them so much that you just think, I don't even want to wear concealer if it's going to do that. And I think a lot of more mature people with more mature skin feel like that when they wear makeup, if they have it done in such a way where it's a heavy laying of it and it sinks into all the lines. This is long wearing, so you get quite a decent amount of wear out of it. It's certainly not the 16-hour wear that you get from similar products, but it does compete very highly with it. It's really pigmented as well, so a little goes a long way. You don't need to be slapping it on in loads of layers to get that coverage. You'll get that more or less straight away. So that's helpful for people with older skin. You know, you don't want to be putting a lot on. The minimum, the better. So if you're looking to disguise your dark circles under your eyes, then just literally a few dots underneath is enough to do the job. If you're more the type of person that likes the sort of really highlighted under eyes, then, you know, feel free to do that, because I do it. It is cruelty free, which is another good thing about it. I think most, if not all, products are from Makeup Revolution, and some of them are vegan. I don't think this is, because I couldn't find that information on the website. This is only a 4-gram bottle, but I think on the main website they do a supersized version of it as well, which is obviously a lot more convenient if you're contouring with it. And I should mention this, they do another one of these, but it is called Infinite Longwear, and that one has a 16-hour wear attached to it, whereas this one doesn't. It is more or less exactly the same as this. This one's £4.99, the Infinite Longwear is £6. So it's only a few pounds extra, but it's got 20% more pigment and coverage to it, apparently. So if you like this formula and you like this concealer, but you're looking for something a bit more intense, then try the Infinite Longwear. I certainly want to, just to see what it's like, so I'll probably have to purchase some myself. So that's that one, that's my number 4. Right then, number 3. My number 3 is a concealer that I have been using for a very long time now. It is the Collection Lasting Perfection Concealer, and I've raved about this in the past. It's one of my favourites. It's also the cheapest on my list at £4.19 from Superdrug. So it's another one that you can go out and just pick up. No farting about on the internet ordering things, which is massively inconvenient when you're impatient like me. You can just go and pick it up. This boasts a huge range of benefits, and for such a cheap brand and a cheap price, it does the job of a concealer that costs 4 times the amount. In fact, I know some concealers out there, I won't name any names, that are incredibly expensive and are not as good as this. This is transfer proof, it's water resistant, it's got a 16-hour wear attached to it, it's full coverage, and even though it's as full as that and as hardy as that, it's still really blendable. So you get an absolutely superb finish with it. It comes in 10 shades and they go between cool and warm. Unlike the MAC, which I explained to you in the last video, the collection concealer, if it's cool, it's going to have pink tones in it. If it's warm, it's going to have yellow tones in it. And they do quite a few different tones. So this one is a cool medium, a number 2, but they do, I mean, I've got a bunch of them here. They do a warm fair, which is sort of like a more yellow toned. They also do an extra fair, which is super light, and a cool fair, which is sort of more pinky toned, more of a pinky toned colour than the extra fair. So yeah, so quite a few shades there, and it does so many different things that you would expect from a top end concealer, so you can't moan for £4.19. Just give it a go, just try it, just experiment with it. If you're looking for a new concealer, try the collection concealer. It is very full coverage, so I would recommend it for somebody that's looking to sort of really cover under eye circles or blemishes with it. It's perhaps not as suitable for more mature skin because it's quite a thick concealer, but if you're using just a small amount of it, you can get it to work, so don't let that frighten you. Do try it. £4.19, it's worth a try. I promise you, you won't look back. It's amazing. Number 2 then. Number 2, so the collection was my favourite concealer until I found this one. This is the Barry M All Night Long Concealer. And most of you will know that I adore Barry M. They are a cruelty-free and vegan where they can brand. So, I mean, I sponsor that all day long. And what I like about this as well is it's paraben free, so you're not putting any nasties on your face, which is always important. Also, I mean, it does a lot of what the collection concealer does. In fact, it's very, very similar. The formula is incredibly similar to the collection formula, but and it's quite a big but, really. It is cruelty-free and vegan, it is paraben-free, and it does contain moisturising agents as well as, so there's vitamin E in here. And you'll all know, and I've said it a million times before, if you can get good things into your skincare routine inside of your makeup, then that's a bonus. Even though it's sort of like really a full coverage sort of heavy concealer like the collection, it's still really blendable and it still feels lightweight, and it does last a really long time. In fact, it doesn't budge, and I've had so many people say to me, literally took me ages to get the concealer off my under eyes. That seems to be one of the hardest places to remove the makeup after they've come to see me, and I do put it down to this concealer and the collection concealer. Actually, they're both really, really long lasting. So if you're looking for a concealer that does just that stays on forever and a day, I would definitely recommend the Barry M All Night Long or the collection Lasting Perfection. It's also illuminating as well, so it really does brighten up your under eye area, or if you're looking to use it as a highlight, it does do that. It is illuminating. I don't know whether it has sort of like light reflecting pigments in it or anything. I couldn't really find that out online, but it does claim to be illuminating, and in my experience it is as well. So if you're looking to really brighten up that under eye area, which is something that I do have a problem with my dark circles, and I do look for a concealer that does that, then do try this one. This is £4.49 as well, so it's only slightly more expensive than the collection. So again, if you want to just experiment, just try it, just go and buy it. It's really good. You can get it at Superdrug or Boots or anywhere that stocks Barry M makeup. You can even order online, and I think they do free delivery after a certain amount as well. There's 11 shades available of this one. It doesn't tell you whether it's cool or warm. It doesn't say whether it's yellow or pink, but I'll just show you the lightest. So this is almond. This is one that you'd probably use for blemishes to suit your skin tone. The lightest one is milk, and it really is super light. It's almost white, and it's got sort of a neutral undertone to it. So if you're looking for a really light concealer because you're super pale, then try the milk one. I tend to use oatmeal on my face, which is just one shade up from milk. It's still quite light, but it's got more of a yellow undertone to it. And it tends to match my skin tone. So yeah, have a look, try and find one that matches your skin tone. If you go in the store, you can obviously test them, but don't take any notice. A lot of people do this. Don't test it on the back of your hand. That's a big no, because your skin on your arms and your hands is not always the same colour as what's on your face. In fact, my experience is I never get tanned on my face. It's always on my hands. So if I tried to match it up to the skin on my hand, it would be stupid. It would be orange, something like that. So a good tip where to try it is to pop a bit on your hand and then use your finger to pop it on your jawline. I'd try it here on the jawline and blend it in, and you'll be able to see if it's a match for your face then. Even if you've got makeup on, just sort of go underneath your jawline, try and find an area where you've not got it on. Right, so that leaves me with my number one. Now, this is the most expensive concealer on my list, which you'll be disappointed to hear, but it is worth every penny. This is the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Sculpting Concealer. Now then, in a normal bottle of concealer, you get around 7 mils, 6 point something or other, or 4 grams like the Revolution concealer. This one is more than double the amount. It is 15 mils. And I think they make it a bigger product because it's good for contouring with as well. Much the same as the Revolution concealer and Tarte Shape Tape. It's got a thicker wand, like this. Also doe foot with the angle on it, so you get more of a quicker coverage if you're doing contouring with it. I know it's 25 quid, but like I say, it's worth every penny. So you've got all the benefits that you get with the Barry M. You know, it's full coverage, it's paraben free, cruelty free, it's vegan. It's oil free, but it still hydrates your skin, which is a fantastic thing. So it doesn't contain oil, but it contains products that moisturize. So I mean, what's better than that? If you're worried about having dry areas come through when you're using a concealer, you will not get that with this because it's super hydrating. And obviously having something good in your makeup like that is a bonus. Like I keep saying, it's a thumbs up if you can get good things in your makeup. It's got an intense pigment, so you don't need to use too much of it. It's very similar to the Revolution concealer in that it's got a really good coverage because of the amount of pigment in it. It's very pigmented. It's gluten free as well, which is good for anybody that's got allergies, because oftentimes you don't know to look for those kinds of things in makeup, but somebody suffering with a gluten intolerance or whatnot, you know, there's a possibility that they do have to look for those things on ingredient labels. And I can tell you now, this one is gluten-free, which none of the others are. I've not managed to find a gluten-free concealer in any of those that I've used apart from this one. It's a 12-hour long wear as well, so it's super long wear. It will stay on all day and all night. This is the one that I'm wearing today, and I find it really brightens my under eyes up. The lightest shade available is Cloud, which is this one. And as you can see, it's super light and it's almost white. So it's not a problem trying to find a shade for lighter skin, which you can get. You can have trouble with that with some cosmetic brands, is that you can't find a shade light enough. Same with the foundation. I imagine, I've not tried it, but I imagine the foundation, the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, is just as good, because this concealer is phenomenal. It's so lightweight, so when you've got it on, you don't feel like you've got anything on there, and it's dead weird to look in the mirror and think that you've got all that coverage because of that intense pigment, but you cannot feel it on your skin. And with it being hydrating, it's perfect for people with mature skin as well, that have trouble with sort of drier under eyes, or it's settling in lines. Because it's really hydrating and moisturising, it eliminates that problem. It just blends into your skin super smoothly. And it's non-comedogenic as well, so it's not going to block any pores up. So again, if you've got acne prone skin, then if you've got acne prone skin, you're going to be wanting to look for products in general, not just concealers, in all of your products that are non-comedogenic, because you don't want to risk sort of blocking any more pores up and having any more outbreaks. So try and find concealers, products in general that do that for you. And this one does that. So yes, like I say, I know it's 25 quid, but you get 15 mils. It's double the product that you get in the other concealers. And it's got superb long wear, but the benefits that you get from using this, the hydrating properties that it's got, you know, the fact that it ticks all 4 boxes, paraben, gluten, cruelty-free and vegan, that's very rare with, you know, a top-end brand to find all those things, and I found it in these, so I'm super happy. This is my number one, this is my all-time favourite, and to be honest, I think it would take a lot to top this and change my mind. And I do go through products quite regularly, so I like to test everything that comes out on the market just to see if it's any better, but I don't know how this can get better, or how it can get better than this. That's how much I like it. Like I say, there's 17 shades available, so you're not going to struggle to find one that suits you. Go and have a look on the Too Faced website. I ordered this from Look Fantastic. I've spoke about Look Fantastic before. They are fantastic because they often have discounts on top-end brands like Too Faced. And it cost me £25 off Look Fantastic, so I don't actually know how much it would be if you're trying to buy directly from Too Faced, but I think they're an international brand anyway, so you know, you're going to be looking at shipping charges and things like that. So take a look on lookfantastic.co.uk if you are interested in purchasing this one. It is well worth the money, I can promise you that. I can't stress enough how pleased I am that I found it. So that's my top 5 concealers. I hope this video has been useful for you. I've spoke that much and that quickly that I'm starting to lose my voice now, so I'm going to go before I do completely, although I'm sure everybody in my house will be thankful if I did. So anyway, I hope you're all right. I hope you're taking care. We're starting to get back to some sort of new normal, aren't we? Things are opening again and I feel a little bit happier about it. I'm still missing you guys. I'm missing work hugely, but the more we are sort of let out into the open, the more comfortable I feel, and I feel like it won't be too much longer. And fingers crossed for July. I know I've had a lot of bookings and a lot of people are hoping that they can get their appointment fulfilled in July. So we'll see. Keep your fingers crossed for me. I'll be back again with another video, another top 5. If there's anything else that you want to see, if you're wanting to see any eye looks or you're wanting a tutorial for whatever, then do feel free to leave a comment down below. Or if you want to privately message me, you can do that as well. So yeah, stay safe and I'll see you all soon. Bye.